Hi, I'm Chris Fry from Nico Props, representing the Eastbourne Makers group on Facebook. This is just a quick update for the GoFundMe and for Facebook and everything else on what's been going on. So as you can see by the array of goodies in front of me, we've been 3D printing like mad for the visors. Now, on that note, we had some issues with the blue ones. We had reports that they were fragile. They are a little bit, but they should be fine, provided that you don't pull them apart too hard. We've changed over plastics, so once the blue ones are gone, we're not going to be doing that again. We've gone over to this yellow and the red plastics, which seems to be a bit more springy and less prone to breaking. So that's obviously a good thing. Now that's, on that note, that's kind of where the funding and things has gone so far, is on plastic. This is PLA plastic, reels of plastic. It was something we were getting it for about 12 to 15 pounds a reel. It's now shot up in price to 20 to 30 pounds a reel, depending on where you go. And we can't just use any old PLA plastic because, as we found out with the blue stuff, it's brittle, so we need to be a bit careful about what we actually buy. But the prices are going up, and that's a problem for us. Another thing that prices are going up and becoming hard to find is the plastic sheets that we use for the visors as well. I ordered 100 of these boxes and 14 turned up. So I'm having words with the supplier at the moment to find out what's going on and when we're going to get them. So there's that. Funding wise, where things have been going money wise, we've bought a cutting machine for the fabrics because that was something that was slowing things down. I'd like to thank Brian Edwards for finding that for us and arranging it. So yeah, thank you very much. That will speed things up exponentially because it means that people don't have to cut out their own patterns. They don't have to get the patterns made at design shops or whatever. We can just get them cut out and then supply them as kits, and it's just an assembly job then. So that's good. We also got a industrial sewing machine to try and speed up production of some of the scrubs and things, just to kind of back up the sewing teams that we already have, who are doing a fantastic job. If you are wanting to volunteer with sewing and that kind of thing, please do join the group Eastbourne Makers for NHS and Keyworkers, and ping a message to Aisha Edwards. She will help you coordinate your efforts and that kind of thing. Now, I do also want to do sort of an announcement as well. So what we're going to be doing is opening up a hub. A centralized hub, because at the moment everybody's kind of jumping on the group and going, hey, I want this, I want that, and I've got this and I've got that, and it's all a bit chaotic, and we're ending up with repeat orders and PPE going to where it's not needed and not where it's actually needed. So a central hub's going to solve this. So we're going to have everything go to the central hub from the makers, so the makers don't have to handle the orders anymore, which is going to take a lot of stress off of them. And then we can pick and pack the orders at the central hub, and then have our delivery people go and you know, deliver them out to wherever they're needed. Now, I do want to thank JWD Removals for allowing us to have the space over at their place on Maple Road. That's just off of Lockbridge Drove. Opposite Tesco's, basically. So that's, you know, it's fantastic. They've let us have the space for free. They've given us boxes, they've given us tape, they've given us some racking and tables and keys, and there's a little kitchen that we can use, and it's just fantastic. A local business is able to do this. But on top of that, not only have they allowed us to have the space, they've also said that we can use their drivers for a couple of hours a day throughout the week, which is, it's just amazing. I mean, no other businesses have stepped up that much so far. I mean, it's phenomenal. So thank you very much, JWD Removals. Okay, so moving on to back to kind of materials and things. I wanted to talk about this stuff. This is isopropyl alcohol. This is used for sterilising and cleaning, and it's used as a solvent as well. I bought this bottle back in October for my own personal use in the workshop. It was £15.99. I tried to buy a bottle the other day so that I could have some down the hub, and it's £50 to £60 a bottle now. It's ridiculous. So with that kind of in mind, all of the the price hikes on everything, we have hit our £5,000 goal, our initial £5,000 goal. Problem we've got now is because of the expense of materials and the shortages of some of these materials, unfortunately that's just not really enough for us to continue going forwards. I mean, we have got some funding coming from a couple of other places, but it's smaller amounts. We've managed to secure some funding from the police property fund. So thank you very much to them for that. But we won't have enough to continue for long. So we're hoping that this won't go on for much longer. But if it does, which it feels like it's going to, then we are going to need more funding to be able to continue to provide masks and scrubs and all that kind of thing. Now, on that note as well, we're not just after monetary donations, but if you did want to make a monetary donation, we're going to put the GoFundMe in the below and above. But we also need is materials. So if you do have a roll of PLA, or you've got some fabric that you can let us have, or you know a company that maybe supplies fabric, haberdasheries, or some sort of industrial company producing furniture or something, if they can provide us with poly cotton, is what we're after, for scrubs, a roll or two at a reasonable price, that would be absolutely fantastic, and it'll help us out so much. Other than that, things like bed sheets and pillowcases can still be used to make masks and bags, or even ear protectors. So these go around the back of the head, and the elastic from the mask, which normally hooks over the ears, hooks onto those instead, so you don't get sore ears. Fantastic. I just want to finish up by thanking, obviously I'm going to thank JWD Removals again. It's just phenomenal for a business like that that's currently, not actually taking any money, and it's still keeping all its employees on. Fantastic guys, and thank you so much for the space. We really appreciate it. And also I want to thank all of the makers in the group. You've been fantastic. You've been tirelessly producing visors and sewing masks and making plastic aprons and all that kind of thing. And it's just so wonderful to see all of you guys coming together for the community, and taking your time to actually, be productive during this lockdown, and try and move it on, because none of us really want to be here. None of us want to be in this position, but we are. And we're in a position that we can help, and we are. And I think that's fantastic. So thank you to the makers as well. Don't forget the material donations and the GoFundMe, and I'll see you on the next video.